Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Dangerous Zygos, CEO of Currency Development, here with DJ Universe, Calvin Blingwell, and Dandy Market. And team, I need to start with a number that completely reshapes how we look at hip-hop equity, $75 million. That is the upper estimate of what the superstar Future reportedly locked in for his publishing catalog from 2004 to 2020.
$75 million for the publishing of 612 songs, including monster tracks like Way Too Sexy and Wait For You. But look, as an artist coming up out of LSU, now out here in Calabasas trying to navigate these contracts, the real headline isn't just the bag, it's what he didn't sell. Future kept his masters. He sold the publishing, not the actual sound recordings.
And that distinction is the whole story right there. As a producer and manager, I am constantly explaining this to artists. Think of it like this. The publishing is the blueprint, the lyrics, the melody, the composition written on a napkin. The master is the physical house built on that property, the actual audio file, the precise vocal print of Future floating over a Metro Boomin 808.
Exactly. You got to stay lit to survive, but you also got to stay smart. By keeping those masters, Future still controls the actual recordings. If someone wants to stream Mask Off on Spotify, that master royalty still flows to his pocket. He only cashed out on the songwriting share of those 612 tracks.
But let's be real about the legacy play here. If these songs are still pulling in millions of streams every single week, why sell the publishing rights now? To me, there's always a tension between holding out for lifetime control and taking a massive guaranteed 9-figure adjacent check while your catalog is at peak cultural relevance.
It is a classic liquidity play, Calvin. From a financial development perspective, $75 million cash in hand today can be immediately deployed into high-yield assets, real estate, or venture capital. If you hold on to the publishing, you are waiting 15 to 20 years of microtransactions from streaming platforms just to recoup that same valuation, adjusted for inflation.
And let's look at the actual complexity of that publishing pie. When Influence Media Partners bought this catalog, they didn't just buy Future's music, they bought his share of the compositions. On a track like Wait For You, you've got Future, you've got Drake, Tim's, and producers like FNZ and Tay-Beast. That means the publishing pie is already split 5 or 6 ways. When you sell your publishing, you are selling your specific slice of that songwriting cake, which is why having clean metadata and registered splits from day one is so critical.
So let's talk about that valuation. $75 million for a catalog spanning 16 years tells me that Wall Street and private equity firms like Influence Media are still paying massive multiples, sometimes 15 to 20 times annual net publisher's share, for proven streaming era hits. They are treating hip-hop catalogs like prime real estate.
They absolutely are, Dandy, but the buyer's math is different than the artist's math. The buyer is betting on sync licensing, getting Life is Good in a high-budget Super Bowl commercial or a Netflix series, alongside international collection societies capturing every single radio play in Europe and Asia. That steady, predictable yield is what those institutional funds crave.
But for an independent artist looking at this, it can feel like a different universe. We aren't getting offered $75 million checks, but the lesson is identical. You have to build the asset before you can ever leverage it. If you don't register your songs with ASCAP or BMI, if you don't know who owns what percentage of the beat, you are leaving your future catalog in a complete mess.
Man, that is a sermon right there. I tell my artists all the time, do the paperwork when the song is recorded, not when the check is coming. If you wait until a major label or a publisher is knocking on your door to clean up your splits, you've already lost your leverage.
It really comes down to what we call supreme mathematics. Knowledge is knowing exactly what you own. Every split, every writer share, every master right. Wisdom is knowing when to make the move, whether that's holding your assets for the long haul or cashing out at the absolute peak of the market.
And power is controlling your own narrative and your own financial destiny before an outside corporation prices your life's work for you. Future showed the industry that you can secure the bag without giving up your ultimate legacy. That is the real blueprint. Thank you for joining us on this breakdown. I'm Dangerous Zygos.
I'm DJ Universe. Keep dreaming and keep creating.
I'm Calvin Blingwell. Keep your splits clean.
And I'm Dandy Market. Stay lit, stay smart. We'll see y'all next time.